Hey there, it's Diane Forster, and welcome to I Have Today, the show that inspires, empowers, and educates you. And we talk about the art of intentional living. And I am very excited to be here today. I have a very special friend and guest in the studio with me today. We're talking about such an important topic and subject. The name of our show today is Global Next Impactor Tamara Hunter turned her cancer journey into a mission. So she's going to be with us in just a few minutes, and you are going to be blown away by this woman. I sent an email out about this show being that she was going to be the guest on the show today. And I said, you need to know this woman. You have got to know this woman, how she turned her cancer journey into her mission. It's so incredibly powerful. And what she's done, like I said, she was a Global Impact Award winner. She's got a company called Chemo Buddies for Life. We're going to talk all about that, the impact, the lives she's touched. We're going to talk a lot today about the power of community and support and collaboration and being in service and using your life that way. So that's some of what we're going to talk about today. But one of the things that we do every single week on this show is we have an intention statement. And our intention statement today is, I have today to face life's challenges with supportive people. I have today to face life's challenges with supportive people. We all need support. You do not have to face anything alone. Whatever you're experiencing and going through, chances are others have been through it too. And so we need to lean on the support of others and find the gifts and the opportunities in those experiences to share whatever it is we're going through, no matter how you're feeling, whatever the condition is or the circumstances are, that you don't have to face them alone. You do not have to face them alone. And Tamara Hunter is one of those people out there doing this every single day with the work that she's doing with her Chemo Buddies community. So that is your intention statement for today. And what we do with our intention statement is the team makes a graphic for you. And there it is on the screen right now. And what I want you to do is go to my Instagram page at Diane Forster Official. And there's a little button there called wallpapers. And in that section there are all the buttons. All the wallpapers. So what we want you to do there is just go there and find it and take a screenshot of it. My internet is super slow today. And take a screenshot of it and use it as your screensaver for the week. And the reason why is every time you look at your phone, the hundreds and hundreds, if not 1,000 times you look at your phone every single week, you are going to see this. This is going to be your reminder. This is going to be your intention for the week. And this is going to anchor in with you and stay with you. So that's our gift to you. So that is at Diane Forster Official, my Instagram page. And while you're there, if you're not following me, please give me a follow over there. I'd love to follow you back and get to know you. All right. So before we go further into our episode, we're going to hear a word from our sponsor before I bring Tamara into the studio. Let me tell you where you can find I Have Today, our show. We are on E360 TV network. Currently, we're on the Fresh Takes channel. In a few months, we will be on the I Have Today TV network channel. Yes, that's right. We are launching our own network channel, which is so exciting. So I want you to keep that in mind as we're building it right now, because this is going to be a powerful network for women, mostly women over 40, going through transitions in life. You're going to get all the support you need personally and professionally, because we're going to have the most outstanding experts in their industries here to support you on the I Have Today TV network. So that's on E360 TV. So that's where we're housed. This is where we're broadcasting from. But at the same time, we are also streaming on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and on YouTube at I Have Today with Diane Forster, or Diane Forster Official. Now, we also take this television show and we upload it as a podcast. So it's available on all the podcast platforms as well, because some of you prefer to listen to podcasts versus watching TV. So this is available for you in many, many places. So I hope that you come and join us. If you're here for the first time, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If you've been here before, I want to say welcome back. And every single week, we're live Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time with guests like Tamara and other topics and subjects that we talk about that teach you the art of intentional living. Because if you're not living an intentional life and it's not coming from you, you're not hearing things and receiving information to help and support you in your life and then taking inspired action in it, then it's just noise. It's going in one ear and out the other. And that's not the intention here. We want you to be living to your highest, greatest, fullest potential. So stay till the very end, because what we're going to do is we're going to have the interview with Tamara. I'm going to talk about some other highlights and exciting things happening here. And we always end every episode with a powerful mantra meditation. So you can really anchor in everything that you've heard today and you leave here feeling better at the end than you did at the beginning. So stick around till the very end. All right, well, we're getting ready to bring on Tamara Hunter into the studio. But before we do that, let's hear a word from our sponsor, the Spifter. This week's episode of I Have Today is brought to you by the Spifter. The Spifter is a fun sifting spoon that makes cooking, baking, and decorating with sugars and spices so much fun. No more mess or wasting your spices. It's fast, clean, and easy. Everything looks and tastes delicious. It's also great for straining loose tea, getting pesky broken cork out of your wine glass, and draining liquid off food like olives and capers. Whether you're a novice cook or a gourmet chef, you'll love the results. The Spifter, the kitchen gadget that no kitchen should be without. All right, here we are. Hello, Tamara Hunter. How are you today, my beautiful friend?
I am excited to be here, and that Spifter, I have to go order one of those. I'm thinking, okay, yes, I could use it for this and that. So
good. I love it. That makes me so happy. Yes, that's great. That's great. Well, welcome, welcome. I want to share a little bit about you with the audience before we get going. You dynamic, incredible woman, everything that you're doing in this world, in such a place of service. You've touched my heart so many times. And we've gotten to experience each other and know each other over the last few years. You've actually had me as a guest on your show as recently as a couple of weeks ago, actually. Team, show the photo of that. Your show is called Fabulous, right? Fabulous Talk?
Yeah. Yes. Let's talk fabulous with Tamara.
Let's talk fabulous with Tamara Hunter. Okay. So Tamara Hunter is a cancer survivor on a mission to change the world. The president and co-founder of nonprofit cancer support community, CB4L.org, which is Chemo Buddies for Life. She's the first global Next Impactor winner, CEO of Impactor Press, and creator of My Big Dream Life workbook and journal series. Producer and host of the multiple TV shows airing on the E360 TV network, including her newest, Let's Talk Fabulous with Tamara, which we were just talking about. 3-time best-selling author, keynote speaker, MC, and red carpet interviewer. Yes, we've done some of that together. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, welcome, Tamara. This is so great. So great. All right.
Well, thank you.
So, yeah. All right. So there's a story. Please do share your story. How did you start? What was your journey? What happened to you and for you that led you down this path?
A lot of people are going to be able to relate to it. And sadly, more and more every year will. And that is that I heard 3 words for myself. And actually, I'm one of 5 and 4 generations that have heard those 3 words. And so when I did, I joke with a lot of people that I had a duck. not the 3 words you guys thought, right? It's a matter of attitude. So I heard those 3 words from a doctor, and in regards to cancer, for myself, but not only for myself, but my grandfather, my mother, my daughter, my brother, and then myself. And when I heard it, truthfully, I knew I was going to be okay. However, when I went in and had my experience, I had an emergency situation where I had a near-death allergic reaction on my very first day of treatment. And in that experience, it changed my life. The good that came out of a really interesting situation, I met someone. I met a buddy. And that sent me on a journey that I'm on still today.
Wow. Wow. What was the near-death experience like? Can you share that?
Yes, it was interesting. I was asleep. They had given me a huge dose of Benadryl. And, you know, anybody that knows those poles, I had that pole with a bunch of bags on it. And I went to sleep. And I am a Girl Scout. They put me in the corner because I had a couple of books that I brought, everything I'm supposed to bring, you know, to be ready for that day. And I'm there and I have my nice blanket, and it's right before Christmas. It's in December. And I went in for my sleep. And then all of a sudden through the fog, I'm hearing, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I, you know, anybody in that foggy state understands, you know, I hear a noise, I hear someone. Yeah, I can't open my eyes, and my face was on fire. And my throat was starting to close up. I'll never forget it. And it was and I know I had to have been doing this. And I'm like, I remember, no, I'm not all right. And then all of a sudden this commotion is going on. And it was the daughter of who became my original buddy, was the one that noticed that I was turning bright red in the chair, the chemo chair. Wow. And the nurses and the doctors were the ones that, I mean, they knew exactly what to do and they took care of it.
Wow. Okay, so talk about the buddy. So yes, so ever since that day, your life has changed. I read somewhere that the doctors and nurses were encouraging you to, you know, to do something with this. You know, you were apparently who you are, Tamara, this bright light in the world, and just always love and giving, and just, you know, the global impact winner, which we'll talk about that. But what was it that, when they said that, where you came up with the idea of doing Chemo Buddies for Life?
Thank you for that question, because it was 2 people that came. It was because actually of our doctors and our nurses. And see, that buddy, my original buddy, she was funny. She was originally from Cuba. She came out on the Cuba, you know, freedom flights, and she learned English from watching I Love Lucy, literally. And so she had that personality. And in fact, she comes in, I remember it before, you know, the very first time I saw her before I fell asleep. And she's got a rolling bag, and she's got her, you know, like a thing, you know, off like a big scarf and everything. She's like, "Where's my first class seating?" Coming into the room. And it was from that point that then you add my personality with hers, and we got the nickname of Double Trouble. Or later they came out and let us know that we were also known as the Party Bus. And so what they would do is every 3 weeks we went in there for a year and a half, for a whole year and a half, every 3 weeks, like clockwork. So they started stacking the room because we were both known as slow drip people. We were there the whole day. And they noticed, they said that they knew that because we ended up going together in the car. So, you know, and all of our visits ended up being together, and they knew that the rubber had hit the pavement, and they said that the frequency changed immediately. And so then they would stack the room with people that needed our energy. And my buddy, she would bring pink earplugs with her, like, if we're too loud for anybody, here you go, you know, kind of thing. But everybody was like, nope, we don't want it. So when we graduated, this is what was the kicker. we got to know everybody really, really well. And we decided, okay, no, we're not, there's nothing wrong with ringing a bell, but we weren't going to ring a bell. We were going to hang coconut bras from those poles, and we were going to have a luau. And we had Beach Boys playing, and people literally came to the room in Hawaiian clothing. And, we did the full thing. And half a year after that, my nurses looked at me. I'll never forget, because I used to do the scheduling for the two of us. When are you going to do something about this? And I'm like, what? And when are you going to, because I kept lobbying, when are you going to do something? Let me tell you, this is coming from the nurse. Let me tell you, one of the people at the luau, she wasn't the sickest one in the room. She was the saddest one in the room. The only time we ever saw her smile was that day. And she had just gained her wings. She had just passed. And she was not the sickest one in the room. And they said that they had seen it so much in their careers that so many are not making it because they are sad, they're feeling alone, they're feeling isolated, they're hopeless, all of it. And they said, you need to do something about this. So now what do? We share a lot of humor, hope, heart hugs, and a whole lot of love. And we teach that there's healing through connections, and that really we can raise the frequency of our world through that 4-letter word, love. And so when you were talking about community, and that face life challenges with a supportive community, I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress it enough that you can literally, in fact, I think there's a clip that we're going to share. My doctor is the doctor in that clip. It's not an actor. It's him. He's the one that convinced me to do my mission, because you see, the medical community, they witness all of this, but their HIPAA laws and their oaths of service do not allow for us, those that have recovered, to go out and be the spokespeople to get others to say community is where it's at. Don't face this alone, because if you face it alone, that's a life decision, not a lifetime decision. It's a life decision. And and so, that's why I love what you're doing today with this show, Diane. I can't say thank you enough, because if we can touch one, and I know we're going to touch many more, but if we can touch one, and it's not just for cancer, guys, that 6-letter word or duck, it's not the only thing. It's not the only game in town. If you're facing any kind of trauma, don't face it alone, because that can do cattywampus things. And you know what? When you have community, and I love the fact that we're going to do the mantra today, because when you have that community, when you have that mantra, when you have that passion deep inside, that you're going to not only pull someone else with you, because, it's a teeter-totter thing. I'm not going to say I was always up, because I wasn't. However, I ended up with a buddy. And it was really interesting when one is up, one was, and we were there together. Our commitment was to do it together. And so, that's why I'm thrilled to be sharing this experience with everyone else, because if anybody is facing something right now alone and saying, and nighttime is the hardest. And so anybody that's facing this, you know who you are. You know who you are, or someone, have them listen to this right here, because there's so much hope. But don't face it alone. And at night, sometimes I'll tell you, I had my phone, because I didn't have a voice. My doctor said I won the side effect award. Yay. I had the most documented, he said. And so what I would do at night, because I didn't have a voice, because I had chemo sores on my vocal cords. I lost my voice through treatment, but I had a finger. There's always a way if you have that will. And we would be just sometimes just doing this kind of thing in the middle of the night. And that thing where you start another, it's like, okay, another thought. And then you're, like, okay, what was that answer to? Okay. I have to look up and down and everything. Oh my goodness. Some of those nights, I started off feeling that dark night of the soul. And by the time that sun was showing up, I'm like, the sun will shine tomorrow, yay. And I'm ready now. And kind of like, okay, I got through it. And even laughing inside, because laughter is truly the best medicine. And if your buddy is, learned English from I Love Lucy and Ricky Ricardo,
Yes.
me, I had plenty of times that I was laughing. Yeah.
Yes. And laughter really is the best medicine. I'm in part of a coaching community, and, of course there's a lot of mindset work, and there's always that, the limiting beliefs that come up and all of that. And I'm a mindset coach, right? And, everyone was throwing in, what they do to, change their state or, and I said, I laugh for a minimum of 1 minute a day. It is truly the best medicine. And it doesn't matter. I could be washing dishes and I'll just replay. Lately, what I'm doing is replaying, Will and Grace in my head, and it makes me laugh out loud. Or I'll watch funny videos, or I'll just think of funny stories. It is so true. And I'm so glad that you had someone like that. Of course, no accidents, the way that was aligned. How long was and wait, let me touch on this, because I loved the language you have used to describe this experience. When you said, when we graduated, that's such a great term for it. And you threw a luau. I love the celebration, all of that. And that you did change the frequency of the room. And that's how, because everything is energy and vibration and frequencies, and how you can do that. So because of you having your buddy and being who you are, and in finding the gratitude and the gift in everything that you can, you didn't have a voice, but you had a finger, and there was always, hope and humor, heart, hope, hugs. How long was your cancer journey?
Great question. And anybody that's facing this, understand that first day of how long it's been is your first day of treatment, whatever your choice is. And that's one thing I want people to understand. Whatever your choice is, and you believe in your choice for healing, then, most in that medical community, even if it's, behind, closed doors, will say that's exactly what you need to be doing, and I was an adjunctive person. And so I did go traditional, yet I found a clinic that went with also some alternative stuff also. So I was considered adjunctive. And my journey from first day to the last day of any kind of treatment or surgery was 2.5 years. So, it can take a while. It can take a while because, I had that pink ribbon, that's what, that's my color of ribbon, if you want to say. And so many of us that do, and with the family history that I was gifted, I chose to say, okay, let's just, let's be done. Let's just do the surgery. Let's be done. Let's do rebuild. I have no problem with, my warrior. I've earned every single warrior track I have on me, because they're the ability for me to see that I am alive and well and vibrant, and I treasure them, truthfully. And in fact, I just recently had a discussion about this with a doctor in regards to something, and I'm like, well, if I have to do something, and if I have to change something up or something, it's like, what percentage of me is original anyway? It's like, whatever, my hair is not exactly like it was before. My eyebrows didn't come back. There's all those different things. Yet I think, again, it's perspective. I love who I am today. Did I or love who I was before? Sure. But, I will say I've learned so many wonderful lessons that I wouldn't have changed any of it. I really wouldn't. Yeah. And so many will say the same thing. And that is I want to give this take home, and then I'll go button it up for right now. But the percentage of making it through is so incredibly high. It is not yesterday. Today is today, and tomorrow it's even going to be a higher percentage. So it's the attitude and catching it early. Don't be afraid to test. Don't be afraid to test. Don't be afraid to test, because whatever your choice is, your odds of making it are so incredibly high, and don't do it alone.
So beautifully said. So beautifully said. All right. Well, we do have that video clip. We're going to play the clip right now.
Life is so fragile, and we're constantly reminded just how fragile life can be, especially when we or a loved one is told we have cancer. Cancer survivor myself, I can tell you, we still feel very alone in this journey.
There's a study that's been shown that patients who are socially isolated have a worse prognosis, have a worse outcome than patients who are socially interconnected.
Chemo Buddies for Life is a non-profit cancer support group for those whose life has been impacted by cancer. Humor, hope, heart, and hugs.
Humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love.
Share this with your friends and family and support this community in every way you can. No one should face cancer alone.
I am a Chemo Buddy for life.
We are a Buddies Network.
No one does cancer alone.
Be a buddy.
And we are all here for you as a community of love.
We are Chemo Buddies for life.
And if you've heard 3 words, you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, you belong with us at Chemo Buddies for life.
Healing through connections.
So beautiful. So beautiful, Tamara. Just, I can feel it. Well, first of all, I didn't know Barbara Beckley was a chemo buddy. I didn't know she had a cancer journey. So incredible. Well, all right. So obviously we're going to have information where people can find out more. The website is cb4l.org, Chemo Buddies for Life, but we will have all that information and then information about you obviously there too. But I want to pivot a little bit and talk about you and stepping into this and creating this somehow led you to be winning the global, next, wait, don't let me screw it up. Say it right. Your title, the Impact winner.
I am the first global Next Impactor.
Global Next Impactor. Thank you for saying that and correcting me.
Yeah.
You are the first. And how did that happen? And how did that come to be? Can we show the photo of her winning? Let's see.
Oh,
there you are. Yes.
And that's my coach, Coach Todd Special. And then Lauren Harris, he was one of the 2 that created the Next Impactor.
Yes.
Global Next Impactor.
Yes. So what was that experience like?
Well, whenever you're out to do something big, it's interesting how you end up having to pivot if you really are passionate about the result and the outcome. And sometimes it's not a straight journey. And what I found is that going out there and talking about it, in the very beginning, my verbiage was not the same as it is now. I've learned the lessons, and I learned that I had to start serving and helping and doing to gain an awareness for then people to want to come and help make a movement happen. And I did that I started with what was 365 days of awesome, celebrate success through service. Before it became a show, I just started going live. I didn't know how to. And I thought, okay, if I have 365 days, I'll finally figure it out. I may even be able to bring guests on. And it was hilarious if you look back on some of the old stuff. And what that ended up doing is I was honoring other people. Service is a key. when you have something that, let's say you're down and you feel like everything is going wrong, serve another. It really is amazing what ends up happening. That whole abundance, when you give, it's amazing what happens. And so in honoring service heroes, I had Lauren Harris was nominated. I didn't know him. He was nominated to be a service hero. I had him on the show. We talk at the end, I honor him. At the end, he's like, yeah, I got this thing. What do you do? He didn't even know who I was. And I'm like, oh, my day job, I have this, Patty, I have this, a nonprofit, and told him about it. He goes, you should join the Next Impactor competition. Bottom line is, it had been going for a while. And I joined. I was at the back of the pack. And after 9 months, I ended up winning it. And so what happened was I went in with my name, but I went in with the platform of my mission that we can make a difference. And it's time to make a difference globally. And that what winning did was it propelled us onto a global stage, and many of the Next Impactors that ran against me now are volunteers with me, because they all were, like when you get a bunch of people that are passionate about making a difference and serving the world, it's amazing what happens. Good things happen. And they joined, and it helped to propel us to that next stage. And what the take home on this is that if I had not pivoted to honoring others and serving others and not making it about myself, remember, he was nominated. He didn't know who I was. He didn't know that I was out there making a difference for those facing cancer, both the cancer patient and those that love and support them. I want people to know that we serve both. And so he had no clue. He was honored and on a show. And then look at what happened. Because of honoring someone else, now we were able to propel into a global situation where I became a columnist on a global magazine and was featured, on a couple of magazine covers, and, many, many speaking opportunities, all the different things that come with something like that. However, it wasn't about that. It was about taking that message. And you know what? We have served so many more people throughout the world now because of pivoting. And that is what gives me so much, humor, hope, that hope. When you can see how today you may think, am I really making a difference? And I bet there's those people that are thinking about that right now. Am I really making a difference? Am I being heard? Well, go out and serve. Go out there and change it up a bit. Do something. And guess what? If it's really your mission and it's a calling, it's going to happen. It will happen. Open up to the miracle. And community. Again, that community.
Yes. You said so many things in there, Tamara, that are so rich and pure, and it is about helping others and being in service. And the biggest word today, obviously, it's community, and we're talking about that. We really want to emphasize that, like, you're not alone. No matter what you're going through, you're not alone. So first of all, there is support for you. Second of all, you have a choice, and it's your attitude, and use that to go serve, because that's when everything that you're saying is when all the magic and the miracles happen. And it's not that you do it for that. It's just the end result of that experience, because you cannot help, love cannot help but spread, the goodness and the kindness and the hearts that open up and the lives you touch and pierce through, changing the frequency from where you are to where you could potentially be, is all laced in all of that, which is so powerful. Really, really powerful. So, yeah.
It becomes a domino effect is really what happens. And that's where we're at now. And so the Global Next Impactor, what happened is that over 200 people first joined the race against time, is what it was. And so that's why we weren't racing against each other. We were racing against time to make a difference. And so when you think about the fact that those people came together and that the community of these people that wanted to make an impact, a global impact, that are now doing that. And now so many years later, we now have volunteers and people that have made it through the programs and such that are volunteering and are serving others. And so now there are many throughout the world that I am not possibly personally touching now, but are affected by those maybe that are 1, 2, 3 generations back. And that is where, when you know, am I making a difference today? Was that question I asked. Maybe it will be different tomorrow. Maybe, if you're feeling that, oof, I don't know if I am, serve another, keep going, because I can tell you now that there were those times that I wondered, okay, where is this going to go? And truthfully, I would then get out of my brain, get out of my head, go out there, serve another, realize it is all about someone else. Then gratitude is a huge piece of it, okay. And realizing, and whatever your situation is, and when you realize and you start really going into gratitude, you realize, wow, I have so much to be grateful for. Why am I feeling this way? Okay, now let's go forward. Service, gratitude. And then you too, whatever it is that your mission is, or your life challenge is right now, then at some point in time, you're going to be like, wow, I got through it. And now look at how many others are too, because of you showing up and helping someone else. And so that's what the whole idea of the impactor really was designed to do, was to go out there and help to make our world a better place. And that's what I can say that many, many, many of those that joined the Race Against Time are still doing today. Many of them are in the organization, and it's like, Barbara, did you know? Now, she didn't join the Race Against Time, but I met her right after it because of that. Mm-hmm. And then Christopher Kaysen, many of the volunteers that people know that are associated with me, I ran against, if you will, not against them, but against time with. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's so powerful. There's, again, more in there. It's every opportunity that we get, what your perception is of it is really entirely up to you. And none of the things that come that we consider bad, fatal, scary, all of devastating, those types of language around them, mm-hmm. There is a reason that it's happening. There's always something, and that's your opportunity to, like you said, you rise from it, and then you use that to help and serve others. That's what you have to be looking for in those moments. And it's attitude and gratitude. I love that. Attitude and gratitude. So true. Yes, because we've all been dealt. None of us go through this unscathed. Where in our minds did we think that everything's just going to be smooth sailing? It's not. That's not what we signed up for. We didn't. Mm-hmm. We signed up for all the experiences. Yep.
If you want a life experience, then go out there and experience it. Welcome it. And then if there is that dark, whatever, look for the light. There is always light in the darkness. There's always. And if you're not finding it, buddy up with someone else. That's what we call each other. Buddy up with someone else. Whatever that darkness and whatever that reason, there's someone else there for you, waiting to buddy up with you. Look for that opportunity for community. It's healing, absolutely healing.
Yes. We're getting lots of love in the chat from Patty Mays. Thank you for all your comments. All right, Tamara, I got 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
All right. The first one is, how do you live the I have today way, which is intentionally in the present moment? And if you don't mind, start your statement with the words, I have today too.
I have today to live in gratitude and service of others. And I start every single day with the gratitude, at least 5 things, people, places, or things I recognize, and I write them down. So it's a writing practice. And then how can I serve another? And I look for an opportunity, even if it is to smile. Someone's maybe needs to turn their frown upside down, and they're going to then smile their frown away by seeing your smile, my smile. There's always an opportunity. And that's the thing, even when I was going through my darkest moments through my journey of healing, I still did exactly that. I recognized the gratitude, at least 5 things daily, the gratitude practice, and then how can I serve? And remember, service and serving yourself still counts.
Oh, very well said. Very well said. That was beautiful. And it cannot be emphasized and talked about enough, the power of gratitude. It really can't. And helping another person. There's a mentors that I worked with, and they live by the word hope. Help one person every day. At least help one person every day. So that, I think, ties in beautifully with your humor, heart, hope, hugs. It's powerful and healing through connection. So, all right. Is there one final tip that you want to share with everyone? One final thing that you want to share?
Many say it, and it stands the test of time, and that is to never give up. Never, ever give up. That's the bottom line. Never, ever give up. Even if you only have enough breath in you to barely make it through whatever it may be, don't give up. Never give up, because that moment, that next moment, the miracle may happen. So never give up. That's, and I will tell you, I live that also daily.
Yes. Wow. So powerful. You're right. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You do not know what's going to happen moment to moment to moment. So true. Oh my gosh. Well, I have loved having you here so much. And we are going to, do some closing comments for I Have Today, and then we're going to do a mantra meditation. So you are welcome to stay with us in the green room and do the process with us. I would love for you to do that. If you need to go, that's okay too. Thank you so much for coming here and spending time at I Have Today, my beautiful friend.
Well, thank you for the invitation, and thank you to all that have watched live and in replay.
Yes, and we will have links for Chemo Buddies for Life, cb4l.org in the chat, and then information on how to find you personally, Tamara. Where do we want to drive people?
Easy. It's Tamara, Tamara, 360.com. You can find all my links, all my everything right there. Tamara.
Perfect. All right. Well, we're showing it right now. All right. Thank you so much. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. See you later. She's so fantastic. I love her so much. God, she's got great energy. Such good energy, doesn't she? And thank you for all the feedback in the chat today. Really appreciate that. All right. So one of the things that we were talking about is, Tamara has a show on E360. I have a show on E360. We mentioned Barbara. She's a TV host. And one of the things that I've been doing lately, obviously I'm launching a television network. I said that at the beginning of the episode. And so part of me launching that was like Tamara saw the need to create, Chemo Buddies for Life, because she really experienced what it was like to have a buddy on her journey and what that experience was. Well, women started coming to me, asking me about my TV show and how they could have one just like I do, and would I train them? So here I'm going to share an opportunity for you to attend a free masterclass to find out if TV hosting is for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to play that right now for you. All right. So take a look and a listen right now. Hey there. Do you want to become a TV host and earn 5, 6, even 7 figures in your business, even if you have no experience? Listen, if you're a woman professional and entrepreneur and you help women solve a major life or business challenge with the work that you do, then this is for you. If that's not you, feel free to click skip. But if that is you, then pay very close attention, because what I'm about to share in this video has the power to transform your life and your career. Hi, I'm Diane Forster. After 20 years at ABC TV and hosting my own TV show for the last 5 years, I've made millions of dollars in my career, won multiple awards, appear all over national media and big stages, all because I have a TV show. I'm not spending all day doing marketing strategies that just don't work. I'm using the power of one brilliant TV show to do the work for me, and I'm teaching my clients how to do it. Now, the strategy works so well, we've been able to quickly help women just like you launch their own brilliant TV shows, streamline their marketing efforts, and generate more income and impact. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to check out this presentation right now. Just click the link below under this video. You'll be taken to this sign-up page where you get a 24-hour pass to watch the presentation. Now take a look at Alexis Johnson. She was struggling with her marketing and in her business on how to effectively reach her right market. She put these strategies into place and launched her first show in just 30 days. Not only that, she generated $25,000 in revenue before she even launched. Now here's Megan Benson. She was also struggling with trying to be too many places and was getting nowhere. And she had no experience in TV at all. She followed the strategies, and her new game show, Get in the Game, is premiering on ABC in Santa Barbara. So again, click the link and go to the sign-up page for your 24-hour pass. Then sit down, get something to take notes with, and watch this masterclass, because this has the power to change your life. Now, it doesn't matter what niche you're in. You absolutely can and should have a TV show. This works for you, even if you have no experience, or you don't have a lot of time, or you don't even know how to start. You need to click this link now and learn how TV hosting can totally change your career and life. Click the link, sign up, and I'll see you there. All right. Well, if you're interested, I hope you sign up, and I can't wait to see you there. So the television show is one of the absolute best ways to get your work, the service that you provide, your impact out into the world in a much bigger way. So it's your time to do it. All right. So what we're going to do right now is we're getting ready to do our mantra meditation, and we're going to tie in everything that we talked about today, especially from beautiful Tamara, and focus on how healing through communities and having a buddy and not doing it alone and focusing on gratitude and your attitude and everything that we talked about today is so important. And the purpose of this is that you just stop everything that you're doing right now, take these couple of minutes with me, and really ground and anchor everything that we shared today. All right. So what I'm going to do is walk you through it. If you're driving, obviously you can't close your eyes. You can tune in and listen, but pay attention to the road. For everybody else, this is what we're going to do. We're going to breathe in for the count of 4. We're going to pull it all the way down to your root chakra, or your tailbone. Then we're going to count to 8 as we hold that breath, and we're going to send energy to all 8 of our chakras, starting with the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown, and the soul star, which is above your head, about a foot or so above your head, a very important one that is basically your channel and receiver to receive information and get ideas. It's phenomenal. And so when we're holding it and counting to 8, we're sending the energy to all of them, because all of your chakras are connected to everything in your body, everything. It's so powerfully healing, whatever you're going through, right? And then we're going to blow it out for 8, as if we're blowing out birthday candles, like with force. And I want you to imagine that anything toxic, any negative emotions, trauma, memories, energy, pain, anything is fully coming up and out of you with that breath. That's the power of this. We're going to do this 2 times, and then you're just going to listen to my words. All right. So get ready. Close your eyes. Breathe in for the count of 4. Hold it for the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blow out for 8. Your abdomen should feel like a deflated balloon. That should feel really, really good. We're going to do that one more time. Breathe in for the count of 4. Hold it for the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blow it out for 8. Keep your eyes closed. I have today to love my life. Something really good is going to happen to me today. I can feel it. Miracles big and small. I notice them all. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. I have today to face life's challenges with supportive community. I am not alone. There are others out there who can support me, love me, hold me, guide me, be there for me, lift me when I need it. And I'm so blessed and lucky that there are so many people out there who are willing to do that. People who've gone through experiences prior to mine who can guide me and lead me and show me the way. They're also going through their own experiences. And guess what? I get to be there for them too. It's a two-way street. And through humor and our heart and hope and hugs and healing through connections and the frequency and vibration of love, we can really change the world. We can be, do, and have anything and everything that we want, and it is never too late, and I will never give up ever again. I now know too much. I'm going to use my attitude and gratitude to change the trajectory of my life, to make the impact on others, to serve others, and to serve myself first and foremost, because it's not greedy or egotistical to do that. It's my birthright. And the more I serve myself, the greater level I can help others. I'm going to change my language about things and understand that everything is an opportunity and a chance to learn, grow, and expand. And I'm going to celebrate all the moments and all the wins that I find a way to see the light and shine that light through any and every experience in my life. I feel so grateful to be alive. And on this day and every day forward, I am going to live knowing that today is the only day I have. This moment is the only moment I have. And I am going to live it in love, surrounded by community, and live it to my greatest and fullest potential. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to my beautiful guest, Tamara Hunter, today, making such an impact on the world with her incredible work. Chemo Life for Buddies. She has a lot of other amazing, exciting things coming up. So you are going to want to follow her and keep your eye on her and become a part of her community. I want to thank all of you who are here today live. And for all of you catching the replay, thank you to you too. You mean the world to me. And like Tamara said, some days I don't know. I don't know who's watching. Am I making the impact that I want? But I hear from you, and I know that I'm going to continue to show up here in service and love, because that's my mission in person and personal mission in life. And so thank you again. Be kind to yourself. Be loving to yourself. Catch us every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then follow me at Diane Forster Official. And I Have Today with Diane Forster. Sending you so much love and life. Happy today. Take care. Bye-bye.